Hi everybody, Tasha here from piximommysreborns. Welcome back. And to everybody new, hello and welcome. You're looking at Oscar today. I'll introduce him quick for all of you new. Oscar is a full-bodied silicone baby boy. He is the Dwayne Awake #2 by Claire Taylor Dolls. So, I'm going to get Oscar changed. He's still in this adorable little new outfit that I had gotten for him from Jacadi. I think this is really like one of my favorites. And I'm so happy that I got this white sun hat that's going to match everything. I have some new pieces that came in. I'm not going to label this a haul or anything because it's just a few, you know, pieces. And I've been, I feel like a shopaholic. I've really been doing a lot of retail therapy here this season. I'm like, oh my gosh, my second order at, you know, and I just shopped, you know, a few pieces at a time, came from Jacadi, and then I have a third on the way. So, anyways, I want to talk a little bit today about silicones, preferences in silicones. I want to answer a few questions from you all. Everyone asks such great questions, and I know that there's a lot of new collectors out there, a lot of you new to my channel, and everyone looking for information. So, let's get started. Somewhere in the mix, you know what, let me show the clothes real quick, and then we can get down to the nitty-gritty. So, I ordered from Carter's, and there's actually two things I'm not going to show you all because it goes to something different that's going to be a surprise. So, I was looking for white sandals, because I've been told that the Carters, like the sizes, you know, run pretty, you know, nice and small for the babies and stuff like that. I was looking for white sandals. I could not find, but I did order these adorable little boat shoes. So they're like in a chocolate brown, and then they have white and navy blue laces through them and white on the bottom. Super cute. They'll go with a lot of Oscar's outfits. These are size 0 to 3, and they were advertised up there as size 0. They had like size 0, size 1, size 2. So that was kind of misleading to me because, and looking on their size chart, size 0 was supposed to be newborn. So just so you're all aware, these are not newborn. But I think, well, you know, they're going to be big on Oscar. So, I don't know. They'll fit on another baby, I guess, anyway. So, I just kind of thought about that. And then I got these little sandals in blue and yellow. Also were supposed to be a size 0, but came 0 to 3. I think I might get away with these on him. We'll have to see. I hope I'll get away with them on him because I really want them to go with this. Ta-da! I didn't take anything out yet. But this is a beautiful little, it's like a bubble romper, sleeveless, from Jacadi, and it has the little fishies all over it. I really love the blue and the pop of yellow in there. And we're actually gonna get this out because this is what I'm gonna change him into. You all are gonna see this today on Saturday, but it's actually like late Friday night. So I'll be changing him to, you know, so he's in what he's gonna wear tomorrow. And look at how sweet this is. And it's, like I said, it's supposed to go up to 80 degrees, so probably the warmest day of the year so far here in New York. And then I got this little yellow, you can't even see it in here, sun hat. This is also by Jacadi, and I thought that this would go really cute with this fishy print, and see how I wanted these shoes to go with this. So kind of however they fit, I'll probably put them on him first for some photos. So, oh my gosh, I just love this. Super, super summery. Okay. Then I got him the yellow, let me take this stuff out. I should have taken this stuff out so you all don't have to listen to the plastic. I just had it piled up here, and I had such a busy day. I have not stopped yet, and it is late at night. I got him the linen, I don't know if this would be called like a sleeveless romper or more of like the bloomers with straps. I think they do call these bloomers actually on there. But you know, it's totally sleeveless, and then it has the crisscross in the back, which is, you know, just adorable for pictures. And it's all, it's not really, is it pleated? I don't know if you'd call that pleated in the back, or that just maybe needs to be ironed, but it's not it's pretty much an exact match to this color. The hat's a little lighter, but it is in that light linen material, so I'm sure it could go together. And I was probably going to put him on him just sleeveless like this, that it would just be something like nice and cool. But I do have bodysuits to go under if I wanted to, so we'll see. And then the other two pieces I got, I don't know. I'm not going to, it's going on 7 minutes already, so I'm not going to take this stuff out because they are fall, winter things that I got. So, already starting to stock away for fall and winter. So I got this adorable little sweater. I'll show it again in like a fall haul. And I got these beautiful charcoal gray overalls. So they're, you know, they're long pants in overalls in the Jacadi. So we're working on building up his fall wardrobe as well. And then I have one more thing, package, which is from Loved Baby, which I'm opening now. Next time, folks, I promise I will have the stuff out of bags. Because I realize this is, but I could not resist on this for Oscar. It is from their Paint the Town collection. I believe I got this in size 0 to 3. So it's a long sleeve shirt, and it just has like the paint stripes on it. It's in a blue, and then it has the gray stripes. And look at the paint splatters on these little pants. They're Loved Baby leggings. So cute. And then the hat matches the paint splatters. I probably should have gotten the smaller size, the preemie newborn in the hat. But they're kind of tight on him. Their preemie newborn, it runs, you know, like fits the preemies. But I thought this was so him, and even for the summer, just for, you know, if it's a chilly evening or a cool day, it's just a really nice, like, lounge set. All right. So let's get to some of your questions and changing, little man. So, look at that. Hair's a mess. Oscar, that hair's a mess, silly boy. Yes, it is. Well, we'll brush it up at the end. Oh, my goodness. All right. So, getting him out of this should just be like this. Yeah. So, first question I'm going to answer is, armatures or no armatures? What do I prefer? And yes, Oscar is, fully, he has or had, they are broken, but he has full armatures in there, and full armatures in the legs. He has all the bells and whistles except for a skull. All the bells and whistles that these babies can come with, Oscar has. He's got the armatures in the arms and legs. He has the drinking wet. He has a spine. You know, just that the only other thing that you could get if the artist gives that option at the time would be the skull. However, Oscar came to me, both his legs armatures worked, but both his arm armatures did not. So they had, you know, I'm not his first mommy. So, and even if I was by now, it's possible that they could have broken. The armatures, you know, especially for collectors that, don't just display their dolls or just dress them like just once for the fall, once for the winter, you know, to have them on display. Usually the armatures go at a certain point. I mean, I'm sure there's collectors that have had their dolls years that they haven't gone, but they can go. But anyway, Oscar's pretty new, so, you know, we don't know what happened with his first mommy. You know, he wound up having to be rerouted, which is, like, crazy, being that, you know, with Claire's rooting and everything. But anyway, so I prefer overall, and this has changed throughout time. If you look back at my videos, probably less than a year ago, I would tell you that I like armatures. And I would say now that, and I've looked back on videos when I had my Caden by Claire Taylor, and she had a similar body type to Oscar's. And I was watching a feeding video of her, and the arms were stiff, you know, and I was like, you know, that movement just doesn't flow naturally. So although the armatures are really nice for posing, I can prop up, you know, put a blanket or put him in a, you know, his Snuggle Me or something and have his arms pretty much any way I want. Anyway, so for a doll like this, yeah, I would not get armatures, you know, if given the choice. Now, if I was buying a doll ready-made from the artist or secondhand, and I loved the doll, I wouldn't not buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I had to do it over and Oscar's armatures were working, of course I would take him. So, you know, sometimes we don't always have that option, but if we do, so that's on a baby like, that has, you know, that stays in form. You know, Oscar, the sculpt itself, he is thick, and although he is as soft can get, you know, his skin wrinkles, he's just amazing, you know, but he's still, when you pick him up and move him, he feels like a baby. So therefore the armatures really aren't necessary. Now, those of you that remember my little micro preemie, which my series is coming back, that baby was very thin, and she had soft silicone that wrinkled. It was very, very nice silicone. And but for a sculpt like that, yeah, I would want not only arm armatures, but leg armatures. Because if it's the silicone's gonna, like, you know, wiggle and flop and move out of form, it's not my style. I know a lot of collectors love that wiggle and jiggle and, you know, super marshmallow soft. You know, you're going to hear something different from every collector because, you know, I mean, some of us may have the same preferences, but you know what I'm saying. You're definitely going to hear different across the board. Let me know in the comments, to those of you that to all of you, what do you prefer? And let us know how long you have been collecting, because it's interesting to see how your taste evolves, and after you experience different, you know, types of silicones, etc., you know, and you know, I guess your preference taste can just change, period, I guess. But I think for the most part, it changes from our experience and how, you know, what we're experiencing with the dolls. So, another question I get a ton of is, you know, on Oscar is, where do I get one of him? Where do I get that doll? Where do I get one of him? Or one like him? You know, that's a very, very general question. Well, first off, Oscar is, and people will say, well, what's his kit? So, this particular baby, Oscar, is not a kit. He is an edition baby, a very small, limited edition baby. So there's only 6 of his, you know, the awake Dwaynes, silicone Dwaynes in the world. One is the prototype in a museum, and then 5 of them, well, Oscar's with me. So 4 others are circulating in the world with other collectors, which I know where 3 of them are. But anyway, it's so I can't obviously tell, you know, you can't get this doll. However, you will usually say, you know, he's from, you know, he's by Claire Taylor. So if you like this look, and people that see my videos and love his silicone and, you know, just love Claire's, you know, painting and work, he is by Claire Taylor Dolls. And she does, you know, do edition babies as well as kits. The difference, to those folks that don't know, between a silicone kit and an edition baby is a kit is done where, we'll use Claire as an example. She'll sculpt and pour the blank kit, and then she will make those kits available for sale to collectors to buy, to send them to artists, for artists to buy and paint themselves and sell. Usually a few prototypes are done. So a prototype would be a finished baby by Claire. But that's what a kit is. There's usually a higher number of kits than there would be in edition babies. Edition babies is a sculpt that Claire sculpts and pours and finishes all of the babies in that edition, usually, you know, a small edition. And I believe that there's, you know, she uses a little bit of a more like of a premium blend of a silicone, and you know, the edition babies are, you know, considered the, you know, I don't know the words, but you know, just the more premium of, you know, everything. But I don't believe I've had a baby that was from a kit of hers. But from what I can see from other collectors, her kits are amazing as well. I mean, I am a huge fan of her work, so, you know, definitely, whew, you know, her dolls are nice. So how to get a doll from Claire Taylor? You need to go on her website and sign up for her mailing list, because I will get collectors that come back and say, well, every time I look on Claire Taylor's website, everything's sold out. There's nothing available. Well, you have to follow the artist. If you follow the artist, you'll know when, you know, she's, you know, springs out a new, you know, baby on us. And it's also, you can simply sign up for her email list, And then you will get an email when a new baby becomes available, whether it's an addition baby or she's putting out a kit. You will get a notification. And when if she says she does an addition baby and she's going to do an auction, last, I believe, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but the last 2 editions or just the last edition? I know the last one, Ethan, that she did private auction on those babies. So you would get the email saying that the baby's gonna, become available, that the start time of the auction. I would assume that you would I don't know exactly what, you would have to, I guess, ask questions as far as getting into that private auction, and you'll be told what the starting bid is. So, you'll take a look at that, and, you gotta expect that you're gonna pay shouldn't say way more, I shouldn't say that because anything's possible, but you need to be prepared. You're gonna be up bidding, for one of the top, silicone artists, dolls, so it's, you want to be prepared, put it that way. So save and be prepared for when the dolls come up, because that's the thing. You got to be quick. You got to be... Now, that's not for every silicone. I'm just saying, for very well-known, the most, popular high-end top artists, yeah, it's hard to get your hands on one of their dolls. It's not easy. It's, you got to put, some into it. Or you can look on the second market, because collectors, sell the dolls secondhand. So that's just a matter of networking yourself within the community, finding out who owns what dolls, and paying attention to their social media, or perhaps reaching out to them and say, hey, do you keep a list? If you ever, are going to, part with this baby, would, please put me on your, list. Because usually, silicone collectors will keep a list of people they know want and will be ready buyers at the time, or could be ready buyers at the time. Because if you're gonna be selling, a very expensive silicone doll, most collectors want to sell to people that they know, and that they trust to deal with, because, there's a lot that can go wrong. It's not just you buyers out there, and those of you that are, new to the hobby, that, are looking into things. It's not just you all that, can potentially be scammed. Sellers can be scammed, and artists can be scammed as well, and that happens more than you realize. It's not always talked about, and for various reasons, or just, it just sometimes isn't. But the reality is that, yes, collectors are, most collectors are going to be careful, especially when you're looking at, silicone dolls that are thousands and thousands of dollars. So, anywho, I'll take this off the hat. Now, if you're looking for silicone baby dolls in general, and if you're new to collecting and you're just kind of getting your feet wet, I highly recommend, going at a starting point. A lot of us collectors that you see here, with, Claire Taylor's, more recent edition dolls and things, have been collecting for years and have worked their way up to, what they want. Some, not all. Some people do jump in and they have it to spend, and they right away just, you know, start buying high-end. And if you can do it, hey, more power to you, of course. But for, you know, most folks, it's, you know, you want to pick a starting place. So you want to get a feel for, it's really important to have a good understanding of the market and of pricing and of what you can get for your money. And that's not, by the way, folks, I get this question a lot, so I'll just address that in here. It is not polite. It's really, you know, quite rude, to ask someone, you know, where did you get it and how much did you pay for it? Like, I'll see that comment a lot. And I mean, it could be kids. I'm sure most of it is kids, because it's not a polite question. You wouldn't walk up to somebody in the store and grab their hand and look at their diamond ring and say, where did you get it and how much did you pay for it? You know, like, well, maybe some of you would, but I wouldn't. You know, it's, most collectors aren't going to want to share how much they pay for their collections for various reasons. You know, we're on the open internet, folks. You know, we're online here. We're letting you all, well, not letting, I mean, it's our choice. We're coming on, inviting you all basically into our homes on our videos, right? So you don't want to put out there online, you know, how much your things inside your home's worth and things. I mean, these dolls can get really up there. You know, it would be like people, again, it would say you saw my hands and say I was wearing all my jewelry, and people were like, well, where'd you get that? And how much was it? And where'd you get that? And how much was it? And before you know it, somebody's going to say, oh, well, she's got, you know, $10,000 worth of jewelry sitting there. You know, like, it makes people uncomfortable. It makes people uncomfortable, you know, to do that. So that's not the place to get pricing on dolls. If if you're looking for pricing, the best place is to kind of go around, pay attention, you know, ask artists, you know, if you're interested in a particular artist, or as you network, these are absolutely huge on him. Look at his foot coming out here. They're absolutely huge. I was so excited because I thought they were going to be newborn, and I'm really annoyed that they did not list these properly at all. Wouldn't they have been so cute if they were actually newborn? But they're huge. They're huge. They're huge. Anyway, let's see how the hat looks. Networking your way around, and you know, then you can ask other collectors privately that you get to know really well. You know, if someone's, you know, becomes a friend, or maybe they'll offer up the information, or you might be able to say to them, hey, could you just give me like a ballpark of, you know, perhaps how much this artist's work goes for. Also, you can look on eBay. Artists do sell on eBay. I know Claire sold on eBay, and if you look up the artist's name and you look, and you may be able to look and see previous dolls and how much they sold for. So you can see, look, is this artist's, you know, price range of, you know, $4,000 silicones, or $8,000 silicones, or, you know, $2,000 silicone, you know, like, you'll be able to, you know, get a pretty good idea. As far as size of a baby, like preemie versus newborn, yes, the preemies can be less expensive, but not always. It depends. It really is going to depend on the artist and the, you know, quality of their work. Will it be less expensive to that compared to that own artist in that size doll? Probably. But as far as in general, it's, you know, you would be comparing apples to oranges doing it that way. So anywho, learning the artists and silicone artists. And let me tell you folks, the first silicone, my very, very, very first silicone that I got, that I actually ordered before I even had bought any reborns. Now, my first reborn that I bought secondhand arrived before that first silicone, and I wasn't on YouTube, so there's no footage, unfortunately. But that was the Little Peanut Sculpt by Kristen Englert. No, I'm sorry, Little Peanut Sculpt by Dawn Bowie, molded, casted, and poured and finished by Kristen Englert. And that baby was around 14, 15, I think, around, somewhere in and around there. Now, this was going on almost 4 years ago. The prices have skyrocketed in silicone, so what you were going to get at that pricing then isn't going to be compared to now. I'm just saying that I didn't jump in either. You know what I'm saying? And I actually decided that that wasn't 100% what I would want in a silicone after seeing other collectors and movement, and I, wanted a little bit, larger of a baby and things like that. And I at that time felt that it was unobtainable for me to have what I wanted, and that I would just stick with the reborns, and I let that baby go because I figured that's a big chunk, still a big chunk of money to have sitting around that I'm not really doing anything with. His mouth really didn't open big enough for like a bottle and things that I wanted to do, if that makes sense. So I hope I packed enough information in here for all of you. I gotta let y'all go because it's gonna cut me off otherwise. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video and so you receive invites to my live streams. We'll talk more about silicones and get into, starting places and things, and I'll add it to my playlist of information for new collectors. All right, everyone, if you have questions, put them below, and I'll either answer them, in there or in a video. All right, everyone. Till next time, look at Oscar. God bless.